he wanted to see get, like, shut up, old me. I forgot this was a thing. Oh my god, ah! Okay, chat. I'm gonna grab a couple granola bars really fast. Ah! Wait for me! Okay. Here we go. Oh god, wait, hold on. Oh shit! Hold on. I don't need to play anywhere, I've got Steam. Okay. I got this, hold on, chat. What was this called again? God. Excuse me. Excuse me. Mm-hmm. The 23rd, thank you. Cool. I made it happen. We're cool. We're good. Straight from the devs to your eye holes right now. Doom and Gears news, please. That's all I'm looking for. Doom and some other thing we don't know about. Oh. First? Really? Sea of Thieves 2. No. Hmm.
Konnichiwa, 𝒀𝑐𝑖𝑹ゲームズチーム忍者の𝑦𝑵𝑗です。今日は皆様にチーム忍者が長く大切にしてきたアクションシリーズの新情報を発表できる機会をいただけてとても嬉しく思います。
Is it gonna be Ninja Gaiden 4, like the modern Ninja Gaidens? This would be cool, except we already have that side scroller being made by the Blasphemous guys.
Years ago, the Dark Dragon, youngest
oh, it totally is, isn't it? I mean, this is cool, but it's like, it's giving me the same vibe of like how they put out the secret level episode for the new Pac-Man game, and then the Pac-Man game got announced after, and it's like, okay, well, it's not that cool anymore, right?
And from this husk fell an endless downpour.
I'm down though.
The abandoned Tokyo continues its struggle against chaos to this day.
I hope it's fucking hard as balls.
Commencing mission.
Oh shit! Platinum? Oh shit! It's a platinum joint? Oh shit.
No escape.
That's cool as hell. Oh my god. He's got a giant sword. I don't know if that's I feel like normally Ryu has like a normal size kind of sword, right? That shit's cool. This game looks fucking sick. Platinum has been restricted to Switch for so long, it's unfortunate, and now they can finally kind of break free and be on good hardware again. This will probably come to the Switch too.
Whatever your clan is plotting, it ends here.
Modern character action games, all about you gotta have multiple playable characters.
I will execute my mission.
世界中の超人の皆さん、10年以上大変お待たせしました。最強の忍者となり容赦なく襲い来る敵に挑むハイスピードアクション忍者ガイデンのナンバリング最新作として忍者ガイデン4を発表させていただきました。本作はプラチナゲームズさんとの協業で開発を進めています。プラチナゲームズさんのアクションゲームというジャンルにおける実績は言うまでもなく、ベヨネッタやニアオートマタなど素晴らしいアクションタイトルを生み出してこられました。忍者ガイデン4というタイトルを10年以上の時を超えて新たに皆様にお届けするにあたり、より多くの方に新鮮な気持ちでプレイしていただけるよう、新たな世界を新主人公であるもう一人の町人ヤクモで冒険するという形で制作することにしました。先ほどご覧いただいた映像の中で竜はやぶさも登場しておりましたが、彼は今回も物語に密接に関わってきます。なぜヤクモと戦うことになったのか、竜はやぶさが戦う目的は何なのか、本作の物語の中で展開していきます。
任務は必ず成し遂げる。
That's cool. That's a game I want to play.
物語は
I haven't played any of them to be fair,
によって
but
荒廃した首都東京が舞台となっています。この雨は黒龍がまだ生きている証であり、雨が止まない限り東京に安寧は訪れません。今作の新主人公であり、はやぶさと対をなす烏水一門に所属するヤクモが首都東京で黒龍を倒し、この世界を晴らすため戦いに身を投じます。
これまで忍者ガイデンシリーズで描かれてきたダークでハードな世界観は継承し、そこにさらに危機を感じさせる要素として呪いやより混沌とした景観のデザインを取り入れています。ステージプレイ中に街が呪いの影響を受け、ビルは崩れ、道は歪み、ヤクモをピンチに陥れることでしょう。
it's still going to be a linear game. Don't think that it's going to be like a open world game or something.
ヤクモと敵対する勢力がひしめき合う状態になっており、環境全
I'm
体が
really curious if they're going to make this like really impossibly difficult or not, like the other games were.
前作より立体的
I don't think so, but I think it would be betraying the series' identity if they didn't. I mean, what would I know, right? Because I haven't played them, but I know that they're hard as balls, so.
レールアクション、スイングアクションなどのダイナミックで爽快なシチュエーションを多く追加しました。これら以外にも様々なシチュエーションやチャレンジ、隠されたアイテムなどを用意しており、ステージが進むごとに上がっていくテンションにも驚いていただけると思います。
I've already been up for like an hour and a half. I just forgot this was today.
新しい主人公のヤクモは 竜はやぶさに次ぐ新たな町人です。
Now the big question is,
若さも残っていますが
just because something shows up in somebody's direct doesn't mean that it's exclusive. But they really are putting a lot of effort into this video, and it's styled in their developer direct thing. Maybe it is exclusive, but I doubt it. Besides, like, Xbox puts everything else everywhere after a certain amount of time anyway, so.
荒れ果てた東京の治安維持組織であり、黒竜の封印を守る竜神島や現世に蔓延する人ならざる者𝑰𝑵𝑚、そしてもちろんシリーズおなじみの魔人も登場します。また現時点では公開していませんが、新たなキャラクターやシリーズファンの方に喜んでいただける人物も登場しますので、続報にご期待ください。
従来のシリーズからバトルスピードをさらに加速させ、目にも止まらぬスピードで敵との攻防を繰り広げることができます。さらに𝑰𝑵𝑚が使える新要素、結節忍術ヌエの型を駆使したダイナミックな攻撃によって、これまでから大きく進化した1対他の戦闘を可能にしました。ヌエの型ではこれまでの忍者ガイデンにはない広範囲かつ一撃必殺の攻撃が多勢に無勢の状態が長く続く戦況を一気に覆すことができます。
That's cool.
もちろん1対1の戦闘における比率も健在です。プレイヤー同様、敵もガードや回避をしてくるため、緊張感のあるフェアな戦闘を味わうことができます。敵の動きをしっかりと捉えながら、一瞬の隙を逃さずに攻撃を仕掛けていくことが重要です。ヌエの型によって忍者ガイデンのアクションの味わいにさらなる進化を感じられるかと思います。
We get the new pro tag with the new style, and then, you know, still
アクションに関しては
Ryu, obviously.
バランス調整など細部にわたり日々議論させていただき、会社の垣根を越えた密なやり取りをさせていただいています。本作の主人公である𝑰𝑵𝑚は竜とは一味違うアクションを有していますが、その中でもしっかりと忍者ガイデンらしさを感じていただけると思います。例えばカラス、ヌエ、2つの型があるという点が𝑰𝑵𝑚の大きな特徴ですが、それらが持つ多彩な性能のアクションを用いて敵や状況ごとに使い分ける攻略の深みや滅却、絶技などを絡めた抑揚あるスピーディーな攻防などはもちろん𝑰𝑗𝑚でも健在です。
𝑰𝑗𝑚と竜はやぶさはそれぞれがかなり異なる個性的な遊び心地になっていますので、さまざまな戦闘バリエーションを楽しむことができるようになっています。𝑰𝑗𝑚、そして竜はやぶさの双方で飛燕、伊豆直しなどシリーズおなじみのアクションも駆使しつつ、新アクションを織り交ぜた新しい忍者ガイデンにご期待ください。忍者ガイデンシリーズに色濃く残っている歯ごたえやグレードの高いアクション体験の継承、さらに我々プラチナゲームズの特徴であるスピーディーなアクションやダイナミックな演出も取り入れ、進化した正当続編を作り上げるべく総力を挙げて開発を進めております。
容赦ない敵とのいかなる攻防にもフェアに戦える手触りを𝑰𝑗𝑚でも目指しています。皆様に進化した忍者ガイデンを触っていただける日を楽しみにしています。
シリーズファンはもちろんのこと、忍者ガイデンを初めてプレイする方でも存分に楽しめる作品になっておりますので、ぜひ発売をお待ちください。
長年にわたってプラチナゲームズさんと共にまさに忍者のように潜んで忍者ガイデン4の開発を進めてきましたが、ついに発表することができて非常に嬉しく思います。2025年秋に本作を皆様にお届けできるのを楽しみにしています。続報にもぜひご期待ください。
That's gonna be a busy time of the year, you know. It's also gonna be on PS5. There you go.
さて、本日お伝えしたい発表はそれだけではありません。
I think my
こちらを
year's
ご
already
覧ください。
packed out, frankly. Fuck else is Koei Tecmo gonna be? Dynasty Warriors Berserk update for next gen. That'd be funny as hell. Oh, a remake? Remaster? They're putting Ryu in Fortnite? Who knows anymore? Probably remakes, isn't it? They put out a, well, actually they put out a remaster of them just like 2 years ago or something, so.
My path
leads through the land of the dead.
What is this? 3.5 or something?
And thus the sun sets on the
If I had played the games, I would know if any of these are recognizable, but these shots and these buses and characters and stuff.
Go back to hell.
All paths before me are cruel and arduous. Our time has come.
Oh, Ninja Gaiden 2 Black. Interesting.
忍者ガイデン2のオリジナル版は2008年に Xbox360 で発売し、バイオレンスな表現とハイスピードなバトルを皆様にお楽しみいただいた
But what if it was an update for the remasters, you
忍
know?
者ガイデン2ブラックではオリジナル版の表現に立ち戻り、アンリアルエンジン5を用いてグラフィックを大幅に刷新、忍者ガイデン2の完全版として開発いたしました。I
know people really like Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2, and then 3 was kind of iffy in places.
もプレイブルキャラクターとして登場します。そして本作は本日コンソール、PC そして Xbox ゲームパスでこの後すぐに発売となります。忍者ガイデンシリーズを長年応援いただいている皆様はもちろんのこと、本日忍者ガイデンを知っていただいた皆様も忍者ガイデン4の発売前にぜひ本作をお楽しみください。今年はチーム忍者創立30周年の節目であり、本日発表させていただいた忍者ガイデン4を含め、2025年は忍者の年、イヤーオブザ忍者となります。ぜひ忍者ガイデンシリーズの展開にご注目ください。本日はありがとうございました。
Very cool. Where's the South of Midnight? Game's still in the pipeline, right? Yeah. I don't know how I feel about the limited animation thing. I think it's weird in gameplay,
welcome
but
to Compulsion Games here in Montreal, Canada.
it's interesting.
At our studio, we care about world building, and we treat the setting almost like a character of its own. From the magical noir of contrast to the alternate history of 𝑰𝑵𝑵𝑉, we draw inspiration from the landscape to shape mood, drama, and intrigue. For South of Midnight, our third-person action-adventure game, the story and characters bring a folkloric Deep South to life. This gave us a chance to explore Southern Gothic themes with a dark fantasy twist. So while our protagonist Hazel is at the forefront
Southern
of our
Gothic?
story,
What she
it's
said?
the macabre elements and larger-than-life creatures that will leave a mark on her journey and growth.
It is really picking up out there. Did you pack everything?
Mama, this ain't my first hurricane. I know what to do.
As long as you didn't forget the
Flashlights and batteries.
Oh, shit, we got 5 minutes. Let's go.
We won't be rushed if you didn't.
Don't mumble. Speak on it.
I said we wouldn't be rushed if you didn't waste all that time at the shelter.
Now, you want to bring this up right now.
I'm just saying.
Hazel, please.
We might need some help. I might need some help. While you're out helping everybody else.
Hazel!
Thinking of
Hazel
the
may start her journey as a typical 19-year-old.
thinking of the trope of like, well, the last thing you said, you know.
Disastrous events will push her into a darkly magical world where
I hate this person, and then they're taken away from you, and you're like, ah,
Habitat
shit.
into weaving.
You know.
An ancient magical power that redefines her trajectory in life.
The land itself chooses Hazel as a weaver. Someone who can see beyond the surface and tap into a deeper reality, the grand tapestry. Weavers can see the fabric binding our worlds, connecting people, nature, and echoes of the past.
Keep those hands to yourself.
Hazel can perceive both the mystical strands and stigmas in the world. Through her newfound power, she reweaves these stigmas and mends the afflicted creatures she encounters.
As Hazel discovers her power, the world gradually shifts into the surreal, revealing that creatures from old folktales actually exist.
You up here, my salvation. Among them is good old Catfish, the storyteller who becomes both the guide and companion to Hazel across the game.
It ain't every day I hear about a new weaver such as yourself. Would you kindly do your weaver thing and help me down?
Meeting Catfish marks the true beginning of Hazel's journey. All of Hazel's arsenal and powers are designed around textile crafting and traditional spinning wheels. Her weapons include a spindle, 2 weaving hooks, and a distaff. Her magic abilities manifest with supernatural lace-like patterns, blending the traditional craft with mystical elements. Hazel engages with the world through a variety of movement abilities. Those abilities also help Hazel progress on a journey.
As her journey unfolds, Hazel will master new weaving abilities, using them to traverse the world, conjure objects, and confront adversaries.
Combat is about understanding and adapting to different enemy archetypes known as Haints, the manifestations of corruption Hazel encounters.
These Haints trap Hazel in combat until she unravels them, destroying them in the process.
Each Haint has its own unique moveset, strengths, and weaknesses that you'll need to learn and adapt to. For example, the slug burrows on the ground and unleashes devastating strikes from afar, while the Ravager closes the distance with chilling speed. Hazel can counter these threats with agile melee abilities to execute powerful combos, jump attacks, and charge attacks. But close combat is risky and can backfire because Haints have powerful defensive abilities. Mastering your magical skills becomes the key to gaining the upper hand in combat. Push, pull, and weave are some of the spells at your disposal that give you a tactical advantage during a fight. Timing is everything. Pull distant enemies close to start melee combos, push them back to interrupt and stun their attack.
Combat looks interesting. Like it's not mundane, you know. Some thought put into it.
Uniquely with each enemy type, creating dynamic combat scenarios, especially when facing multiple types of opponents at the same time. Once near death, enemies can be unraveled, breaking their core and setting them free of their corruption, which has the added benefit of providing health boosts and reducing ability cooldowns.
Finishers are cool. I always think of V and DMC5 when I see, like, finish this guy off kind of mechanics.
Progresses in the game, she
obviously DMC5 was in the first one to have things like that, but that's what I always think of.
The upgrades will change how you approach combat, like enhancing area of effect attacks, or refining push and pull skills to improve precision and make them feel more rewarding. The combat system is fast and responsive, built around chaining attacks, landing precise strikes, and unraveling enemies.
You mind if I take a look around?
You can see every place old Molly terrorized and more. Now for the low, low price of $1.
In Hazel's search for her mother, you'll explore multiple regions, each ruled by a mythical creature with their own Southern Gothic history. You'll gradually uncover the backstories of these beings, once human or animal, who were transformed by tragedy, their secrets waiting to be discovered. As a weaver, Hazel heals these creatures by collecting fragments of haunted memories. We call these echoes, which reveal each creature's past. Hazel must experience these echoes before she can mend them.
What kind of person would do that to someone?
We design each region to reflect the creature that's been doomed to wander it. From the atmospheric environment to unique music themes composed for each one. While not all encounters lead to direct combat, Hazel will need to face mythical creatures in epic confrontation before she can heal them. Our boss encounters and gameplay sequences
I'm just gonna tweak the title and stuff while we're,
with distinct mechanics that center around
I mean,
a specific theme.
I don't want to. I feel like anything I say will sound mean or whatever. The game looks pretty cool.
As the encounters progress, the musical theme builds up, cranking the tension alongside the fight.
Okay, that's cool.
Whether it's Little Tom,
the boss fights are musically themed.
Each of these larger-than-life creatures is inspired by Southern folklore and lead to climactic battles.
We got a long journey ahead.
South of Midnight unfolds as a hero's journey, and as Hazel, you'll travel through a tapestry of Southern-inspired landscapes. From abysmal swamps to flooded farmlands,
abysmal,
to the Appalachian peaks. In our magical south, decaying buildings reclaimed by nature stand moments away from a hungry Rugaloo. And as Hazel delves deeper, reality bends ever more toward the fantastical.
The history, landscape, and folklore of the American Deep South fill our world, and our team has infused the game with thoughtful details and environmental storytelling, like our bottle trees and haint blue porches, which are said to ward off evil spirits. The way to the past emerges as central themes, which you can see through old abandoned buildings and businesses struggling to survive. As you explore, you'll meet locals who stayed behind even in the face of a hurricane.
That's why I'm the last person left here. All those damn haints. This part of the river's filthy with them.
Artistically, we're staying true to our
they're
movie compulsive
haints?
signature style.
I've been quite
But this time,
able to
we're using
understand
handcrafted
haints.
approach
I thought it was like
inspired by
aints or
stop-motion
something.
animation,
I don't know.
which allows our team to bring a distinct personality and tone into every prop and character. Because this folklore is open to visual interpretation, we embrace the freedom to reimagine these creatures and their stories, to adapt how they look, and to craft our own version of a fantastical Deep South.
At Compulsion Games, we love to craft around central themes. We are lucky to have talent across all our disciplines that collaborate to give South of Midnight such a unique personality. We hope you enjoyed this deep dive into South of Midnight. We're thrilled to announce that the game will launch on April 8th, and pre-orders are now available on Xbox and Steam.
Okay, April 8th. Not launching on PlayStation. Obviously, Ninja Gaiden is third party. It's not. There's no surprise there. Okay, is this the Incursion 13 or whatever? Maybe. No, I don't think so. You know, it's a game we haven't heard anything about. Contraband. Oh yeah, Expedition 33.
Everyone.
Let's go.
We are Sunfall
That looked
Interactive,
really cool.
and welcome to our manor.
They have a manor.
Small studio based in Montpellier, France, working on our first game, Clair Obscur Expedition 33.
Clair Obscur.
It's a
This game looks
turn-based
really
RPG
cool.
set in the fantasy version of late 19th century Belle Epoque France.
Here we are.
Our grand adventure in game development actually started as a solo passion project. I wanted to create something like the JRPGs with turn-based combat I grew up with and loved, but that fully leveraged the latest tech, refreshed the genre with new features, and took place in a compelling world. I knew I needed help to realize my dream. First, I turned to a programmer I knew would get it.
Guillaume and I started trading ideas right away, and that quickly turned into trading files back
It's funny because like
soon I was creating
it's the developer direct, so the developers I want to believe got to make all their own little things for this. So I'm just like, oh, I want to know more about the game and the story, and they're like, here's how we came together as developers, and that's fine. That's fine. That's cool, right?
Iterated on game elements, the vision started to come together, and I shared it with an old friend from university.
Allegedly,
Guillaume and I are both passionate
release date of Doom
and when he
leaked.
described the project, I quit my job the following week,
May
and joined the
15th?
team without hesitation. Because I believe that in video games,
I really have to
success
plan these things
always
out, you
starts
know?
with a strong creative vision. And we had that defined by 3 core elements. A story with great emotional depth, gameplay that innovates on the classics we love, and a world that is completely original, beautiful, and immersive. We founded Sunfall Interactive on these tenets: a group of friends with a shared vision and the drive to make something great.
This too is your legacy. Core to every great RPG is a compelling story. And Guillaume and I spent 4 years intensively developing and refining ours. And that started with the hook.
4 years spent on the story. Okay, it better be a good one then, right?
And a monolith appeared with no warning. Once a year, the paintress wakes and paints a number on her monolith, and everyone who has passed that age is erased. Every year, that number ticks down, and everyone dies younger and younger. Expeditions depart to kill the Paintress, determined to fight until their final breath.
That's a really
but
interesting.
none have ever returned. Our story follows Expedition 33.
Imagine how compelling that would be if you were 33 when you played it.
We honor your dedication.
Guillaume and I knew early on that we didn't want to focus on good versus evil. What's interesting to us are people who, yes, are flawed, but who care deeply about each other. And conflicts arise because they have different perspectives on what needs to be done.
I'm sorry about earlier.
We wanted our story to feel dark and mature, with adult characters who feel like real people with real experiences.
I'm always missing something that everyone else just gets.
The heart of the story is about overcoming an existential threat while struggling with loss and grief. And it's rooted in the characters' relationships, both to each other and to themselves.
What are we gonna do, huh? Tell me. What are we gonna do?
In a world like this, how does one stay hopeful or make peace with their fate? What duty do we owe to each other or to ourselves? These questions are deeply personal to me, and they permeate the story behind the story.
Know that Lumiere fights with you. Tomorrow comes Expedition 33.
The characters all have their own motivations and perspectives. Gustave and Lune are deeply invested in the expedition, even if they fight all the time. To them, the mission is tied not only to their family, it's central to their identity and purpose.
Protocol doesn't cover every contingency. You know that.
Contrast that with 𝑶𝑭𝑏, whose darkest days have already happened.
What are the stars whispering to you? Actually, I'm the one whispering to them. It's something my dad and I used to do.
And Maëlle, who cares more about really living her life, not just living longer.
Gustave, are you real?
It's not all dark, though. Along the way, they meet various colorful NPCs and recruit Monoko, who is a friendly but kinda bloodthirsty philosopher and a fully playable character. He has a really cool battle mechanic where he can turn into the enemies he defeats.
What are you doing?
Just need foot. Aha!
He's very, very old and has seen many expeditions come and go. He is a Jest Troll, which are a group of playful beings who view battle as a form of meditation. They're fun and sort of ridiculous. You'll meet Monoko and many other Jest Trolls across the game.
Bonjour.
And of course, there is 𝑺𝑰𝑵𝑗, who is one of the oldest and lore-wise the most powerful creatures in the verse.
𝑺𝑰𝑵 is that powerful?
He will be your mount and help you travel to secret corners of the world. And if you bring him back his special stones, you can unlock abilities for him to access new areas.
I think the only thing I quote-unquote maybe dislike about this is that all the gameplay they show is like 30 FPS. I don't know if that's because they expect it to be 30 on Xbox,
each of
but
them has their own story arc and resolution that we think players will really connect with.
In addition to a strong narrative, we had a clear vision for our own take on the genre's core gameplay. Our reactive turn-based system takes the traditional turn-based battle mechanic we love and adds real-time reaction, which gives combat greater intensity and dynamism. During enemy turns, you can negate all damage by dodging or firing at the right time.
Very cool.
Balancing turn-based with real-time mechanics took a long time to get right. During initial playtests, turn-based players often found the real-time elements too hard. Some of us are still traumatized by enemies from back then. We've done a lot of rebalancing since, and with a lot of iteration, we ultimately came up with a formula that we're proud of. Players who are good at real-time can take more risks, and others can counterbalance with items and strategies. A big part of that formula lies in the many ways you can customize your character. We spend a lot of time designing each character's unique mechanics and their custom skill trees. Our philosophy is making every type of playstyle viable so that everyone can have fun with how they play the game.
Every playstyle is
has a unique
viable.
mechanic. Maëlle switches between stances which can ultimately boost defense or power. I personally like to make Maëlle the protector of the group, but I'm pretty much the only one at the studio who plays her that way. Most people play her as a glass cannon with Gustav's complementary skills. The characters
Yeah, see, like
can
the frame
also
rate's a
equip
little
hundreds of passive
rough,
effects,
you know?
which in our game are called Lumina. Every character has more than 20 unique skills in the skill tree and hundreds of passive effects they can gain through Lumina and weapons. So there are a ton of builds and playstyle to explore. Needless to say, we can't wait to see how you choose to play and what kinds of build you'll design that we probably never even imagined.
Our story is set in the French fantasy world, and I was really excited to design something unique. Every level has its own color and texture identity. For example, the Gestrel Village is an early area in the game where players can enjoy a fun break. We wanted something that feels chaotic, grungy, and toy-like. It's basically a bazaar. Everything's disorganized.
Well, it is very
everywhere,
bizarre.
shops are unsafe, built without much thought. It's a place where anyone could fight you at any point, which is pretty much what the Gestrels are like. The Gestrel Village is hidden inside the ancient sanctuary. The ideas here were forest, labyrinth, and sentinels. I designed it as a vibrant place, like an old graveyard of Gestrels, or forgotten wooden toys in a box, with two main colors, red and white. I wanted to make it feel cozy, hidden from danger, with traps and labyrinths in case enemies get in.
I'm starting to think about possible themes in the game.
I thought of a monkey-like body, white fur with a black and red flat mask.
Ladies, could I?
Ow!
Definitely a Gestrel.
For Escape, we needed a cuddly companion to take us around the world. I thought instantly of a giant inflatable balloon and old Victorian pillows with many intricate motifs. We start with the core themes and ideas, and the visuals grow organically from there.
From the very start of the project, there was one thing that we absolutely wanted to bring back from older JRPGs.
I wonder if this game is also coming out this year. Probably.
Very rare these days. A completely 3D and navigable
I don't know if I'll
world
be
map.
there for it.
We've got a world map.
It is cool.
And it was a real challenge to create, both
I think it's,
artistically
I don't know,
and
and if there was like a
And
void,
ended up
but like there's
bigger
never a
than
void,
expected.
right?
You'll definitely
Be cool to
need
play this
escapism
game.
traveling around.
Look at that shit, oh my
We're
god.
super happy with the result, though, as there's a lot of
Go
side
anywhere you
paths
want.
and entire hidden levels. If you want to fight the toughest bosses of the game, you will have to explore. Good luck.
We've poured our hearts and souls into this game for the past 4 years. That's why we're delighted to announce that Expedition 33 launches on April 24th on Xbox Series X and S and is
Damn, that's
available
close
day
by.
one with Xbox Game Pass.
That's close.
You can already wish the game and follow us for more info.
We are super excited to invite you into the world of Expedition 33.
Yeah, it's a little, it's getting a little close.
Can't
Maybe.
wait for you to discover our
It doesn't
story,
really have anything
our
going on in
world,
April,
and
but
our take on the turn-based genre. On behalf of everyone at Sunfall, thank you for joining us. Tomorrow comes.
Demain viendra.
Tomorrow comes.
Demain viendra.
Demain viendra.
Tomorrow comes.
it's a good line. It sounds awkward, but I understand it. Interesting. No, I think I'm gonna leave space in the schedule. I think it's gotta be cut, unfortunately. Or just not put there in the first place, I suppose. Alright. Give me that May 15th release date, you crazy bastards. We're at 9 years of rebooted
and welcome
Doom.
to Dallas, Texas, home of id Software, where more than 30 years ago, a small team of game developers helped define and set a course for first-person shooters. A lot has changed since then, but our team is as passionate as ever. And the most important values at the core of our games, innovation, craftsmanship, and performance, remain a priority for us to this day.
And as you're about to see, those values are infused in every aspect of this latest installment in the legendary Doom franchise. It is an honor to work on this game, to carry on its tradition of creating all-out, groundbreaking levels of fun.
So now, we're excited to share with you a look at our most ambitious game yet. This is Doom: The Dark Ages.
That was so stupid, I mouthed the words.
How ambitious are we talking? That's the good shit right here.
In Doom: The Dark Ages, you will feel like the superweapon in the center of a medieval war against hell. Set in a cinematic sci-fi fantasy world full of locations to explore, powerful weapons to unlock, and enemies to conquer. This is a prequel to Doom 2016, and that's given us the opportunity to reimagine every aspect of this experience. So if you're new to the franchise, then Doom: The Dark Ages will be the perfect entry point into the series. And if you're a longtime fan, then you'll be proud to see, in a lot of ways, the feel of the game is really a return to form. So let's break it down, starting with the combat. In Doom Eternal, you felt like a fighter jet. In Doom: The Dark Ages, you'll be an iron tank.
Okay.
Heavy, strong, but still fast.
All right. Still fast. Okay, so you say.
Emphasis on power over the acrobatics of Doom Eternal.
I think I like the simplified UI.
Between enemy projectiles and player movement speed.
They got the little kind of a Doom guy face thing going on the bottom.
But it's not all about nostalgia. Innovation is the goal, always. And so for Doom: The Dark Ages, it's an all-new world with new tools and new mechanics to master. Let me introduce you to the Shield Saw.
Shield Saw.
Block. Throw. Parry. Deflect. All from one input. It's contextual. Tons of depth on a single button press. You know, we want every Doom game to stand on its own as a unique experience. So in 2016, we asked you to run and gun. In Doom Eternal, it was jump and shoot.
Jump and shoot.
In Doom: The Dark Ages,
that's right, folks.
Stand and fight.
Doom Eternal is Mega Man. Now we stand and fight in the Dark Ages. Interesting. We gotta know what all these colors are for, right?
To go head to head with some of the biggest, baddest demons we've ever created it in.
It's a cool plasma rifle.
But that's not all. Because if you're gonna stand and fight, then you gotta have something to follow up that opening parry with. How about an iron flail? Or maybe an electrified gauntlet? Or even a Doom spiked mace? That's right, we have 3 melee options that are part of a melee system. All on one input, complete with combos and upgrades. And it's totally awesome.
And the orange seems to be indicating some kind of stun.
All new, unsynced, completely in the player's control glory kill system. From any angle, in and out, as you see fit. And it feels amazing.
Huh.
You'll feel unstoppable, smashing your way through the horde with total...
So they're not actual animations anymore? That's fine, but
that
like...
seems like a ton, but that's just 2 inputs. We got one more really important button
2
that we
inputs.
haven't talked about yet.
The trigger?
The trigger.
Oh, I got him! Yeah, the thing would be important to be able to shoot stuff, right?
That's right, we've saved the best for last.
I mean...
has and always will be all about the guns. And Dark Ages has
a dual...
some of the most ridiculously
it's like a
powerful
tool.
weapons that we've ever created.
Looks like it performs similar to like a nail gun in Quake.
Ancient. Brutal torture machines built to butcher, impale, and shred the minions of hell with.
Oh, that's gonna be so fucking awesome.
Only in Doom. That's the mission statement for the design of these never-before-seen, insanely fun-to-use tools of mayhem that only the Slayer has the power to wield.
And the gameplay always looks a little bland just because they haven't cranked the FOV up, you know?
How these medieval mechanics synergize with the enemies and the environments to form the new combat loop for Doom: The Dark Ages.
If I had a game like this, I would show like unfiltered gameplay and then I'd maybe like... Because they might break it down mid-combat, you know? But I would go through like something really fast that's like 2 minutes of raw gameplay and then I'd like break it down after the fact. so people understand the moment-to-moment decision making, you know. But I guess that's for like the really, really hardcore gamers, whereas like casual gamers don't really care about any of that stuff. They're like, oh, this game looks cool, therefore I will play it, you know. They're not really, they don't think about the nitty-gritty, like, mechanical details of these kinds of things, but Shield looks like it's fucking awesome, though. Looks like it's gonna be really fucking cool.
And under the hood, for the first time in an id game, we've made our combat more approachable and flexible than ever before, with a new difficulty system and sliders that will allow players to tune the speed and challenge of the game
speed
to whatever fits them best. You can slow
you
things down,
you can turn it up,
or speed them up.
Yeah. Oh
it's
shit.
A Doom for all Slayers.
Oh, that's gonna be awesome.
And the gameplay doesn't end with just
Turbo
the
Doom. Let's go.
Finally have for you. You've been waiting for 2 games now to get in and pilot your very own 30-story Atlan, which is a mech. It's the size of a building. It's
30-story.
And you can beat giant Titan-sized demons to death with your gauntleted fists. And if that wasn't enough, we also have for you your very own fire-breathing, Gatling gun-toting cybernetic dragon. Neither of these are one-and-done
I like that
features
lock on.
either. They have a full suite of abilities and even mini-bosses.
Ooh.
The spectacle is epic. The Power Fantasy is unlike anything we've made it in. And the combat systems behind these features are deep and tons of fun.
This game looks cool, therefore I will play it. I mean, that's true.
We know that fans of
I mean,
action games expect more
but I'm
than just
nuanced,
great
you know.
combat
I've
to
got
pull them through the
there's thoughts in my
So we're
brain, you know.
excited to share with you not just the gunplay, but the world of Doom: The Dark Ages. Your hero's journey will take you to the far reaches of the Doom universe. Mysterious worlds from the Slayer's past, dark forests, dungeons, ancient hellscapes, battlefields, and worlds beyond. And through exploration, you'll be unlocking new abilities and godlike powers every step of the way. Now armed with your trusty shield saw, you're gonna cut, leap, and smash your way through environments.
Well, we're absolutely playing this, by the way. This was already
There's
like
always something new
carved
waiting
into
to be discovered
scripture
or destroyed. Now let's take a closer look at just one of the many missions you'll experience in Doom: The Dark Ages. In this level, you will meet the enemy at the gates and save a city from certain destruction. Explore the medieval battlefield outside
There's
the
so much to do. There's always so much to do, and I want to.
Targets and enemy formations along the way.
Oh, so much to do. So many games to play.
With any gun you choose. Explore what is the largest play space ever in a Doom game. Discovering secret caves and dungeon-like mines in search of vital resources.
This is like it's not an open world,
Control
right?
the pace of the game. Where you go,
But I really like that turbo idea, though. Maybe like 120%, you know?
objectives you pursue. It's a Doom sandbox full of war and riches. Once you've broken the enemy assault, head back to the main gates because the battle isn't over yet.
And that's when you need the mech suit, huh? Wonder who they got doing the soundtrack. Probably Andrew Holsholt.
And the soundtrack to your epic adventures will be composed by the award-winning team at Finishing Move, providing you with a metal soundscape that's loaded with guitars, medieval vibes, and pure adrenaline. You'll feel like you're expanding the legend of the Slayer with every mission you complete. And speaking of that legend,
I mean, that's cool that it's like a group, but it's even cooler when you have like 1 or 2 people to point towards, you know?
big.
Well,
It's a summer blockbuster event with everything on the line, and you are the star of the show. Your power is coveted by your enemies and withheld from your allies. With the Slayer imprisoned at the start of our story, the balance of power between good and evil is shifting, and time is running out. It's a new story and the perfect entry point for new players. It's easier to access now as we've taken the narrative out of the codex and into the cutscenes, featuring new characters, old allies, and powerful new villains. And for returning players, it leads directly into the Doom 2016 Slayer's Testaments. It's an action story worthy of the Slayer's legend.
I'm curious about the the lore, to be honest. They say it's a prequel to 2016, but like it's supposed to go Doom 1, 2,
modern Doom games
64,
and we've done better with every game,
and then 16
with
and
all this,
Eternal,
the goal
right?
is to give players an experience that's as fun to play as it was to make, and make something that's good enough to become the best
We're
game
bringing everybody together. Whoa!
But that is for you to decide. When Doom: The Dark Ages releases
This May, woo! May, there it is, May 15th. Okay, okay. Okay. I think I might write Expedition 33, just because. I think we might have enough time to make this year work. So.
I cannot move.
This is so You will feel like the superweapon in the center of a medieval war against hell.
It's not even 50. Expedition 33 isn't even full price.
And spinning wheels. The combat system is built around chaining attacks and unraveling enemies.
Base game is only 50 bucks.
Turn-based system adds real-time
Is it maybe short or what?
Intensity and dynamism.
Interesting.
リングやシリーズおなじみの体術など忍者アクションを駆使して乗り越えていくことになります。
皆様に進化した忍者ガイデンを触っていただける日を楽しみにしています。
Woo. Developer Direct. Wow. And there goes the audio. That's probably it. Well, let's see here. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna assume that's it. It was pretty cool. I'm looking forward to Doom. Looking forward to Expedition 33. I'm not entirely sure that I think Ninja Gaiden 4 will probably be pretty great. South of Midnight looks pretty good. Expedition 33 I think will either be like kind of like a obscure hit, no pun intended, or it'll be like a huge banger. But yeah, and Doom's gonna slap. You already know Doom's gonna slap. So that's what I know. I might stream later today, but this has been Luminary Reacts to Xbox Developer Direct 2025. So I think, I don't know. The video is technically still going, but I think that's everything, right? The audio cut out, you know, when it did. We'll keep it rolling for just a little bit here. You got anything? You got anything, boys? Chat? Okay, now you just you end the stream or the video or whatever, right? Whatever, let's call it good. I'll be here. If something happens, I'll tweet about it or something, okay? So thanks for